Hello Shabo, fantastic. In this first stream, I want to share with you the core of creativity. So without further ado, let's jump in. So let me ask you a question. What is creation? Sounds like an easy question, isn't it? Though nowadays, everyone, you can tell who is actually creator. Basically nowadays, if you speak nowadays, everyone who is actually earning money from videos and social media is considered as one. But the truth is, not just those people, but everyone is creator. In fact, you cannot not be a creator. You always are a creator. Even you just do nothing. And I tell you why. Because all your thoughts, all your feelings, all your deeds, or everything basically what you do or not do is creating vibration in an empty space, which we call just void. And so the creator is always creating. In your lifetime, you're always creating, right? However, true creation always considers enhancement and novelty. It's really important that you have this both there. If something is missing, there's no really true creation involved. It has to be better than before, and it has to be something new that never have been before. So those two criteria had to be clear to really go into the true creation, into the core of creation. The thing is with social media right now, 90% of the creation is not really novelty, but it's just copy of others. You have a trend and someone just follows it and just do it, like this nickel thing that was like for several months, like 2-3 months before, just a thing. If you just go on TikTok, especially Japanese TikTok, you just see Japanese girls, everyone is just dancing this one thing. And I mean, it's good to have a trend. However, a trend is not creation. It is just what? It is just an ongoing thing. That's just returning thing. Now, let me tell you that everything that you have right now, everything, your thoughts, your feelings, people around you, your things you have, your money, your cars, the mobile phone you're holding right now in your hands, watching myself, it was created out of nothing. It was created in the void. Because guess what? If you go really in the microbiological level, if you see a human cell, not just small microscope, but in really these really huge microscopes that you have, like this black and white pictures that you just like millions and billions make it bigger, right? You will really actually see that 99% of the whole human cell is just void. It's just 1% of material. Again, 99% of the human cell is void, and just 1% material. Now you can enhance it, make it bigger, like the whole universe is the same. You can see the whole universe is a void. Well, 99% void and just 1% material. The planets that are around is just material. Okay? So we understand that everything you have right now, this mobile phone that you're holding right now, is actually just 1% from the space of the mobile phone is actually having. Everything that you have right now, really, your whole body, people around you, is just 1% of what's actually there. It is pretty fascinating. So, all innovations, all things that you have, everything that ever have been created, all innovations has been once void. Just think about it. The chair you're sitting on, the clothes you're wearing, the thoughts you have right now in your mind, the people around you, everything has been void. And let me tell you that innovation has been made. Not because of someone has copied anyone. You might have an advancement, but not really an innovation out of copying someone. Same with your thoughts and your actions. Novelty doesn't really come, and innovation doesn't really come from previous knowledge. Because you can predict the outcome. When you have like a certain amount of knowledge, a certain amount of, the whole universal knowledge, that people has gathered, the whole mankind's knowledge there, the whole wisdom and the whole thing there, it has been collected right till this moment, you can actually predict what the next step is of the evolution. You can predict it. You can predict and even calculate it. Maybe not to 100%, but to 99%, 99.99999%, you can calculate it. Truly, calculate it. Because you have already something there in the past. However, this is not novelty. This is not something that the world hasn't seen before. Do I kind of open your eyes right now? But true novelty comes really to disconnect yourself from the previous dust. Disconnecting yourself from the previous dust, which we call knowledge, which we call experience, inside the void. Because, as I told you, we are living in the void. Our body is 99% void. Just 1% is materia. You can see on the cells, on human cells. If you expand it towards the universe, it's the same picture. It's the same picture every single time. Thank you for watching, Shakrim Islam. So, we have to disconnect from this material that we have right now. I mean, not dying or something like that, no. I mean, disconnect mentally and physically. I don't mean by disconnect physically you have to fly away, walking naked, no. What I mean by that is, you have to mentally just get rid of it. And then you can connect to the true potential that shows unpredictable novelty, which is actually the void when you connect to it. And when we disconnect from everything, from our thoughts, from our feelings, we become just an observer who is just picking up the small silver linings here and there. Now, let's go more practical, because currently it's a really theoretical thing that I'm talking about. Let's go more practical, and I've also told in the past how you can do it. It's actually there's 3-4 steps to do it. Well, the first step is, if you're willing to give it a try for a month or so, I will actually maybe 3 months or so, so you have it as a habit, is try to sit there, not meditate. But you can close your eyes, not meditate. And just try to cancel your inner monologue, your inner dialogue or monologue. Like the thoughts that you have in your mind, just try to cancel them. Try to say, no, I want to think of nothing. I want to think of nothing, and I think right now of nothing. You program yourself to think of nothing, to feel nothing, to expect nothing. To not have this kind of things like, okay, what was in the past, what was the future? No worries, nothing. You feel nothing, you think nothing. Okay? This is where you focus to. The next step is, when you can do this, then you try actually the next step, which is to not even thinking of not thinking of nothing. Just being here now. Disconnected from the past and the future. Just being here now. Disconnected from all this knowledge, all this wisdom that everyone is actually telling you. You're just here now. And this is where you can connect towards it. This is a state where you can connect towards the void, towards the universal wisdom that people are talking about. Like Napoleon Hill. This is really important that we learn to do it. And in this state, we can connect towards it, become observer. Again, you do no evaluations. You're just an observer. You watch it how it is. And pick up the silver linings. And when you then pick up, you manifest them. You are bring them to life if you can make it. If not, say to someone. Bring it to someone. Teach someone. Those silver linings. So this person can actually make it. Because this information that we have right now is universal. The biggest problem that people are doing, they are taking all the things they have, all the thoughts they have, all the ideas they have for themselves. And they say, this is mine. This is what they're telling themselves. This is mine. You are not allowed to take it because it's mine. Whereas the reality is, it belongs to everyone. Yes, everything you have right now, it belongs to everyone. When it comes to universal laws. Now, I just taught you how to do it, but nowadays, people are just distracted on it. Because, we have the universal threat right now, not universal, but this, this global threat right now. I don't want to go in detail what it is. You might know what it is. You just have to go out and you see it. Now, people are doing things that are disaligned with their own truth. Because of this threat. And threat is one of those things that you can control people with. In fact, there's 3 things that you control people with. How many things? 3. First thing is threat. All the wars, everything. How can you make people execute? You just threaten them. Threaten them by killing their families. Threaten them by not giving them something to eat. This is... No, second one, money. Money? You just give them money. They are just a small amount who just resist this kind of thing. Most people cannot resist it, cannot resist money. Third one, time. You just make a scarcity of time. You don't have enough time. When in real life, time does not exist. It might be exist on your passport, but in reality, how can you explain that some people with 70 look better than in their 50s? You cannot explain it. It is not the time, because time does not exist. We can expand time, by the way. If you're in the state that I just told you, you can expand time and get more time. And this is how you can get more things done. Because the first thing is, you do it how I just told you. The second thing is mastery. If you're on the way and mastering something, and you're mastering something every single day, you have more time than everyone else. Even the clock is ticking, you can do things, you can do more things. Because time does not exist. It is not the clock thing. Someone has invented it to have better control over the mankind. It is a tool of control. Time, money, and threat. Those three things is what currently is occurring if you just go out. Just go out and you will see what will happen. People are always saying, I have not enough money. I'm afraid about you know what? I'm afraid about you know what? And the thing is, oh, I don't have enough time. Now you know the instruments. Now what's more important right now to know? We have to follow our own truth. And our own truth can be just being done by doing this one thing that I told you, and within the mastery for the universal will. The universal will, as I told you, is to knowing that nothing belongs to us. Nothing belongs to me. Not my body, not the things I have right now. And it's not, when I'm telling you, what kind of emotions do you have? Do you feel fear? Because so many people, they just don't want to let it go and just feel so afraid to lose something. Because threat is basically two things. If you see what threat is from psychological point of view, it's just losing something or getting something less. This is what threat is. Just those two things. This is what threat is. Losing something or getting something less. If you go more deeper inside, you will see it. You will see those two of every threat. This is what threat is. Easily explained. And when you understand what threat is, you will also understand how to let it go. Because threat actually doesn't exist. It is just a reaction towards something that might be dangerous to us. So the biggest problem what creators right now is actually facing, it's not just they're focused on algorithm and the quantity. There's one channel in Japan, they had like 60k subscribers and they want to go to 1 million or something like that, and they started off doing 5 videos a day for a month, and it got actually to 1 million. From 600k to 1 million. Pretty fast. But the problem is most of those videos were mediocre. because they were actually just copied by other YouTubers or taken by other YouTubers, not really new original ideas. In fact, the more you copy anyone, the more you become a copycat. The more you become a copycat, the less you are capable of creating something yourself. And to create something yourself, I just taught you how to do it. And I think really the biggest problem right now is the lack of connection. Many of creators are lacking of connection towards true quality, which is showing novelty. So it becomes more scarce in our society. Just recently, I have finished the Korean drama Itaewon class. Itaewon class, Itaewon, and there were actually this protagonist who always told like the most important thing in our company is not to gain a better turnover, higher gain, but it's more people. You always say, Stano, people. People are the most important things in a company. So we can build trust. And this kind of things is kind of lacking right now on many creators. Myself might be also included. Yeah. Because just watching those people who are creating, especially those who created like 5 videos a day, they don't felt happy about it. In fact, you can see they might laugh, but behind this laugh, just 1 second, one frame, you can see that there's a dreadful face behind it. You can see the dreadfulness in their eyes. They're exhausted. They're literally exhausted. But creation, let me tell you for one and all. I mean, okay, you might see Gagged and other people who say, yeah, we have to push over, we have to, hustle, fight. And let me tell you that this time is over to fight. You don't have to fight anymore. The things you should do is creation. And creation should be effortless and bring happiness towards the creator and people who consume this creation, and the consumers. So it has to be happiness. Okay? Focus on happiness. Focus on people and happiness. This is how you can create a strong bond. This is how you can create true connection. So do not focus on the threat that's going on right now, because it will fade away. It will fade away. Every threat will fade away sometimes. Some threat will fade away in 1 year, some in 5 years, some of like 30 years. Back here in Germany we had like this 30 years war, or if you say like Sengoku-jida in Japan, like 300 years, 500 years, but it will fade away eventually. It will fade away like nothing, because threat is vulnerable towards happiness. When you feel happy and when you give the happiness to you, when you create something, in order to people who are consuming it, you are literally transferring the happiness into the thing to those people. Think about it as a creator. You are actually, when you are making a video, you feel dreadful about this video or making this video, you don't have any fun. You don't feel happy about it. You're sitting there and edit this video for hours and hours and you just hate this process. what happens to you is you are transmitting this dreadful energy inside of your work. This is why many people get hate comments. Not because this video is bad, but because the condition, how the video or the craft or the thing has been made, was bad. So focus on those things, not on Fred, not on time, and not on money. I want you to share this with your creator. Have an awesome day, and as always, do not let yourself super Chanel. See you maybe tomorrow.